Team's first sack of the game. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Purdy. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't been a corner. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Purdy now to throw. Going to look deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Isaiah Simmons was there in coverage. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time. And he got his respect, NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. The 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Kamara trying again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Purdy looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Falcons offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. Ritter now. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Ritter from the gun on 3rd down. That's over the middle and caught by the rookie. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A throw left side for Pearsall is complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Robinson up the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Robinson with another carry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. His 12th rushing touchdown, his 16th overall. And the Falcons are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 23. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Falcons had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Back to throw, Ritter. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2nd down and 4. They'll run again here with Robinson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Defense.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he will be very close to a first down. Close fist to the referee,
is under review.
And that means 4th down. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out, and we're going to get a review of that last play.
After review of the play.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Ritter to throw it. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, Purdy. Taking a shot for Dell here. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some room to roam now. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. In motion right is Johnston. He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Ritter. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On third down, Robinson.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts,
and they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Back to throw, Purdy.
Caught by Wilson.
Into space at the 45.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Ritter back to throw.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for
touchdown, Falcons. Brock Bowers, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Aubrey now for the point after.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll let Robinson try and run. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Now they're a little further behind the 8 ball after the interception led to the touchdown. So a 2-score deficit here, 1st and 10.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And the ball is knocked out. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side.
Big strides, look at him go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. George Kittle, as the first half is winding down.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that trims the lead down to 9.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On the give, here's Robinson. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Ritter. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Ball start, offense.
Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Connects with Kittle underneath.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now Purdy.
That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Encroachment defense.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Here's Purdy. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but
Automatic
I think sometimes
first
those
down.
big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10.
He's got Ayuk once again.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Las Vegas, Nevada. We're in the 3rd quarter now with the Raiders in possession of the football. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Purdy.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll move them back within 6 now.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
The visitors' offense and Desmond Ridder headed back onto the field. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Working from the gun, Ridder. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And his big night continues on that last run. The yardage there going to move him over 100 yards now for the ball game. On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
111 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Looking to throw it here. Ridder. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hand off now to Robinson.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Again, it's Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Robinson.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Bijan Robinson with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Azeez Ojulari pushing in and dropping him.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. They'll run it now with Robinson.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Ritter now looking to throw it this time. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So
welcome back, everyone, to the NFL on EA Sports from Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's been a tight game throughout, and it remains that way as we pick up the action in the 4th quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Defensively, Poona Ford with a tackle there.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And so close.
Welcome back to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas.
It's been a tight game throughout, and it that way as we pick up the action in the fourth quarter. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Purdy.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Purdy from the gun on third down.
Buying time to his left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Brock Bowers
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Falcons are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that will make this a 19-point game.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Purdy now to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Throwing quickly to Wilson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Purdy looking to throw. And throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the...
Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12. And now it appears that the referee's
play
been
is under
buzzed,
review.
We'll get a review, and this being inside 2 minutes of play.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Back to throw, Purdy. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield equal.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. 2nd and 10. Robinson up the middle.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They'll run here with Robinson.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Robinson with another carry.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Ritter now.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Ritter back to throw. This ball down the field for Pitts.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. They put up their goal at the beginning of this.